Did you get it? Ready? So there's usually bar stools out there, and that was where I would hang out a lot of the time, is outside. One time I was there with a friend, and I'd gone inside. Well, we were sitting there, and I saw a guy sitting over on these steps, kind of preparing something. I don't know what he was doing, but it was fishy. I go inside to get my drinks. I come back out, and he's like passed out in this corner, leaned against the wall with his head like crushing his breathing tube. So I called 911. We laid him out. There's a bunch of people surrounded. I was terrified I was gonna have to give him mouth to mouth. He was a homeless guy. And then 911 kind of told us what to do, just push on his chest. And then they got here and they asked me what had happened. And I told them, and even some guy on the street like kind of threatened me because he was like, don't tell him, like thinking that he was gonna get in trouble or something. It's like, that's how crazy it is here. It's like, dude, he's gonna die if I don't tell these people. Like, it was just wildly bizarre. But then I was so used to the chaos, I just went right back to just drinking. Just drank all day again. It's crazy, crazy place. Hey, how are you? So this is one of the places that I used to spend a lot of time just kind of wasting away and drinking. And it opened at 11 a.m. So I would come here first thing in the morning so I can get a shot to just get my blood alcohol to that maintenance level, because I was 100% chemically dependent at that point. Yeah, and so this was one of the places. It was really one of only like three that I really kind of lived at, but this was usually a first stop, and I almost felt like it was one that not everyone in the neighborhood drank at. So it was kind of like I had the ability to come here and kind of secretly drink and hide it from other people. Then I would go to the other bars a little later, and they thought I had just started, but I was already 5 drinks deep, a couple of shots. I'd shaken off my shakes, and no one knew any better what I was really up to. It was pretty much every night that I would be out till 2 a.m., be up till 3, and just be blackout drunk. I couldn't remember half the nights, but that would put me sleeping in till 10:30, 11, 12, 1. But the times that I would wake up early, it was as if I woke up at 10:45 without even having a thought. I knew Kohl's was about to open. I'd throw on my clothes, skip brushing my teeth, skip showering. I would just head straight down here, and I'd order a shot and a beer. And the shot was just it was a quick cure. Like I'd be shaking, I'd feel like I was gonna vomit, but even in that state, like I knew the only thing that would help me, the only thing that I needed was that shot. When I would order my shot and my beer, I knew that I couldn't handle holding the shot glass. Sometimes I would order it neat so I'd have a bigger cup, but I'd still have to deal with like the shame of like lifting this glass just trembling. So what I would end up doing was I'd have my shot set at the bar, I'd slide it over. I wouldn't pick it up, but I would just hold it like this. I'd put my mouth over and just shoot it. So I didn't have to risk spilling it. I didn't have to risk the shame of people knowing what I was up to and how bad I was trapped in alcoholism. Like this was my spot. I'd come up, I'd order here, and I would have my shot, and there's all these people just having lunch. It's just like a sandwich place. So all these people are just having lunch, and I'm this like broken alcoholic just trying to get some relief. It was pretty crazy. The chemical dependence part is like the most terrifying thing. So you don't have a choice anymore. I got 86 from here, from 86 means that you're no longer allowed in. The details of the story are a blur, but I basically yelled at the bar manager and he said no more, which I couldn't blame him, really. Hindsight, I can't blame him at all. It's probably one of the better things for me, but yeah, I was the guy that wasn't allowed at certain bars, which is pretty wild to think back on. Like, I was that much of a pest, of a nuisance, that it's like, you're not wanted here. But I mean, I'm sure at the time I was kind of in denial about it. Like, I didn't take responsibility for it. It was always someone else's fault. Everything was always someone else's fault. But when I look back on it now, it's just like, I was just like a wrecking ball, just romping around this town, just completely out of control. At least that's what it feels like looking in hindsight. Every single morning I just wanted to die. Like, I did not want to live any longer. Every morning. And the only thing that would get me over it was alcohol. The thought was like the anticipation. And then I would take action. And it was like, in taking action and just completely destroying my life, I was happy. Like I set my goal in the morning, set my intentions for the day is like, die. And then pursue that the rest of the day. Just do everything you can to just kill yourself without, actually quickly ending it all. Like, a torturous existence is really what it was.
By what time of the day would you even get a meal in?
A meal?
Yeah.
2 a.m. Sometimes I would eat in the morning or the afternoon, like occasionally, but I was always so sick that I couldn't, like, there's no way I could stomach food. I had to have like plenty of drinks before I could have anything to eat. So yeah, most days I would just drink all day with no food in my stomach, just alcohol and cigarettes, and then finally at 2 a.m. I would just autopilot to a burrito truck and get a couple burritos and just go stuff them down. But like, eating wasn't even, just like, it was barely part of my life. I never ate during the day. I guess I was fasting then, but it was a different kind of fasting. It's crazy. It's pretty wild looking at the bottles now, because it's like, it's nothing to me. Like, it's not, like, I have no interest, zero interest. Like, it used to run my life, from drinking it, to bartending, to the liquor store, to wanting to open a bar, all that stuff. Like, my life revolved around what was in those bottles. And now when I look at it, it's like, I'm indifferent to it. It's just like, yeah, it's just not, I'm not afraid of it. I don't crave it. It's just like, I don't want that in my life anymore. And it feels really good. It's just, it's another one of those moments of like recognizing that I've actually changed. Like, I could really feel it, where it's just, I'm a different person. I feel like a completely different person, and I'm happy with it. All the choices I was making back then led me just to, like, just wanting to die. Like, that, it's so crazy that I lived like that every single day, and now it's like, I'm so happy to wake up every morning. I'm happy to stretch. I'm happy to go for a walk. Like, happy to be able to move, to have a leg, to have a functioning brain and spine and all that. Like, I'm legitimately so grateful for every little detail. Back then, I couldn't give a damn. I was just a nihilist. Nothing meant anything. You might as well burn it all to the ground. And then now, it's like, well, I have a choice. It either means nothing or it means everything. And I've experienced the alternative, and that just leads to the darkness. So I'm choosing everything means everything. Every little thing I do means everything. Seems like a good choice. No idea what I just said. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, brother.
Take this as a sign of my gratitude.
Nope, not gonna touch it. No money.
Fine. Thank you.
No.
Yeah, but so like all these tables, what I was talking about, and I feel like it was like either this one or this one. I would sit just like this, and I would just drink and smoke and drink and smoke. There'd be no one else out here. I would just be here all early afternoon. And it was always my route to go up these stairs to that nasty death corner up there. What's up, Dave? I was gonna text you the other day.
Lie to me.
I was. What's happening? How are you doing?
How you doing?
Good. This is Tyler.
Hey, how are you? What's going on?
Nothing. Making some videos.
Yeah? What for?
I guess to tell my story up until this point.
What's your story?
All the alcoholism, the accident,
Yeah.
and then moving forward. After the accident, I started a foundation. So I'm going to travel around and help people that have been injured
Yeah?
in traumatic accidents. So,
Great.
So yeah, just documenting that whole thing, doing a little like rundown of what I used to do all the time,
Yeah.
like an animal.
Yeah, he was an animal. Good seeing you, buddy.
You too, man.
Yeah. Good luck with your project. That's amazing.
Thanks. Yeah, I managed this bar for, I guess, like a year and, I don't know, a little over a year. Drank myself into oblivion here, staying here all night, falling asleep at work. After we closed, I'd fall asleep. The cleaning crew wouldn't be able to come in. I'd be passed out drunk on the bench in there. It was crazy. And like, just you see the street that it's on, it was like constant chaos, up and down and all around. But yeah, I'm glad I got out of that rut. I forget what I was gonna say. 2 o'clock. We could probably check into the room pretty shortly if we want to. You said you can get me in? Okay, cool. Well, then I will be there shortly. All right, thanks. Bye.
So Ryan's gonna try to find a spot to park the van. Large van plus Los Angeles equals minimal parking opportunities. Lucky number. What's up, man?
Yo,
How'd it go?
it's all right. I found a spot.
Yeah?
I found a lot. They're charging like half of what they wanted to charge us over here. It's not nearly. It's like 5 blocks away. Still a lot, but we got it done. I guess the lesson learned is big vans don't work in big cities.
Yeah.
I didn't know you played the guitar.
What's up?
I heard you plucking away. I didn't know you played the guitar.
Yeah, just a little bit.